Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Farm Sim 2015. Today we're gonna be chatting it up with Raven and Mr. Moose.
Hello.
Got them both
Hello.
in here. And we're gonna be cutting some full-length logs. I had some recording issues earlier in the video, so figured instead of doing it by myself, I'd have these guys come in and try to make some conversation up for me now.
Yeah, because apparently we can't download his 200 mods he's got. Is that how many you got?
Nah, I deleted a bunch. Probably
No, it's
about
'cause we don't have
190 now.
joysticks.
What's that?
Uh,
What
'Cause
about
we
the
don't have
joysticks?
joysticks.
Oh, you gotta get some, bud. That's what all the cool kids are doing these days, don't you know?
It certainly would make it a much more enjoyable thing.
That is for sure.
Trust me, it's been on my wish list.
Oh, maybe next year.
Maybe next week.
I think you better get yourself some internet first.
Ah, come on, man.
I don't know. Get another set of joysticks and I can't use you on the landing here. Be good for videos, that's about it. And we'll get Mr. Raven to get some too.
I got one, I just don't have the other one. Use my old stuff from Flight Simulator.
There you go.
But I'm an agricultural man myself.
Until you get joysticks.
I could run the logs and sell them for you, that's about it.
I think
I'll
I
run the
overdone it.
skidders. But as far as going into using the Ponzi loader and the well, I could probably use the Scorpion King. It's not gonna be pretty.
See, I'm thinking a G27 with a joystick would make a great front-end
The problem with that
setup.
is I don't know if you can actually get all that formatted into game where it would recognize both. Or
Yeah, I
all
think you
three.
can. I think I saw a guy had a video up, the First Day Mods guy.
Yeah, actually, you know what?
And
That
he
is
actually
true.
has a G27 and dual joysticks.
That is
Yeah,
true.
he's in his pajamas too.
Yeah, I did see that.
Right.
That was something
And he
to
also
see.
has he's also got a box from Flight Simulator on the side of his chair that he's using for light switches and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's freaking sick. Where you can turn it on and change all the functions right from there. That's something to have, for sure.
Yeah, that's just one of those add-on boxes that you would get for any kind of flight sim. It's that if you actually look, the knob on the back of it that's furthest back on his chair, that's actually to raise and lower the landing gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's just got her integrated into his chair there.
Pretty smart.
Yeah.
I just want to see how he's got the joysticks mounted into the chair. Because it looks like they're actually screwed into the chair somehow.
Yeah, it did. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Just a little bit of desync going on here.
I found a video from that what is it? Lumberjack sim? Some guy has a video of his setup for that.
Yeah?
Pretty nice.
Uh-oh.
I'll send you that link. I was gonna send it to you a while back, but I forgot.
We got some technical difficulty here. We're bouncing on trees.
You haven't had good luck with trees lately.
No, no, especially these little frickin' end cuts. Right now the Ponzi's on 3 tracks. I don't really understand that much. Just doing a little dance, I guess.
Hey, I have to say I was inspired by your forestry mower video the other day where you were using the mod to grind stumps.
Yeah, you like that? I forgot I was freaking recording and I started going all.
So I will say in real life that would be mounted on the back of the tractor.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time they put that on the rear PTO. You just have to drive backwards the whole time.
And now I got the stump grinder on the back and the forestry mower on the front. We're getting her done.
And those
No.
forestry mowers in real life they're nasty. They'll
Yeah, they're
eat
freaking
through a
sick.
house.
Just about anything you could put in front of that stupid thing, huh?
Now you can go through a section of like underbrush that's maybe 6, 8 feet tall. You just back that thing into it and it will just destroy it all. And then next thing you know, you got a highway through there.
I seen they got headers for excavators and whatnot. I think Let's Dig was using that. I think it was him, either him or Bobcat Ninja. And they were just clear cutting the forest with it. I think I got this son of a gun under my
Yeah,
track.
they make a one for a Bobcat. I do know that for sure.
Mhm. They actually had the mod out for the Bobcat in this game, but the Bobcat was just not working out, so I had to scratch it. Scratch that idea.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to run a forestry mower in a Bobcat though. You're sitting so low, you can't really see what you're doing.
Yeah, it's one of them jobs that's kind of bad spot to be no matter where you are, because all it takes is
Yeah.
one piece of debris to go through the cab.
Oh well, if you're running a forestry tractor that's got a cage on it, you're all right.
Yeah.
But I did like that mod. A lot better than the one I was using the other day.
What's that, the stump grinder? Or the forestry mower that I had?
Yeah, the forestry mower you had was really good. And maybe if you put it on the back, you might be able to get some of those taller stumps. But
Mm-hmm.
I had
That is true.
downloaded that. I downloaded the one grinder that looks it looks a lot like a power tiller that you
Mm-hmm.
would put on the back of a mower, on the back of a tractor, and it looks like a rototiller basically. And it's really finicky. You've got to really position the stump right on it to get it to grind it, and it's sort of a hassle. And plus, you've got to lower it and raise it every time you hit a stump. When you get to a stump, you've got to raise it up, get on top of it, lower it, see if it's going to actually grind it, move it around, and yeah, I was really intrigued by it because you could use it to, knock the grass down as well.
Mm-hmm.
But it was disappointing after a while.
That's what I started to do to start making some trails, but then I sped up time the other day to get out of the night time and all the grass grew back, so I was like, well, frig.
Yeah, I think if you disc it, it won't come back.
Yeah, I used to do that with the logging roads, and then come to find out, Raven was saying that every time you turn the soil in this game, it just causes more of like a memory leak type deal. And I'm kind of fighting with memory as it is, just with all the logs that I do handle compared to
Just run a cultivator over it. It'll leave the green. It'll leave the green mat there. It will just knock the grass out.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Instead
but
of actually plowing it.
some of the stock uh, field texture. The cultivation kind of sucks. The modded maps, some of them, they look really nice. Like My Big Country, it looks like dirt when you cultivate it after it's been plowed.
Hmm. Yeah, I know a lot of the cultivation work, or actually the plowing, looks more realistic on the stock map than the cultivation. I don't really
Yeah.
like the cultivation appearance on the
I would
stock
love
map.
I would love to see a mod that allows placeable textures, like a gravel road.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that
so
would be
like you could
sick.
go in and drop a load of chert, and and make you a logging road.
Yeah, that would be
That would
sick.
be awesome.
I'd also be sick if this head would pick up on these logs I'm trying to get it to pick up on.
Or if all your sawdust remained on the ground.
Yeah, all the limbs, that would be sick. What you want
I
to talk
thought it
about visually intense?
I thought in this
Uh,
edition they were gonna have it where the tractors, when they leave tracks and it gets wet, it gets actually muddy and it digs up the ground.
that would
Yeah,
be super sweet.
I thought that was a thing because I seen pictures on it, but they were probably just trying to make it look that way.
yeah.
Get
They did
get
it
your
in certain
imagination
areas where,
going.
even on this map, they have certain areas that look like mud, and that actually your tractor does sink into, but it does absolutely nothing to it. Like, I
Yeah.
wish once you drove through it, it would actually leave a dirty texture on the tractor.
Yeah, that
That
would
would
be
be,
sweet.
right where the wheels were or whatever it was.
Now,
But,
there are some places on some of these maps that are coming out now that I really dig the fact that they have rutted the roads up.
mm-hmm.
And if you do go into them with the wrong implement, you can hang the implement up.
Hmm.
I actually saw someone playing one the other day where they hung their combine in a mud hole,
No,
and they
no
actually
kidding.
had to go get the tow chain and a tractor to pull it out.
That's
And
sick.
which I was loving the fact that they did that instead of just resetting back to the farm.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got the tow chain mod. I still have yet to use it just because I thought it was kind of a multiplayer type of deal, but I guess I really hadn't looked into it all that much.
Yeah, let's say one of the particular maps I'm playing, that North Vermont map, it's got some really deep ditches in between the fields, and you can drive into it with, let's say, a forage wagon and a mower,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll hang up. And the only way you can get out of there is either reset to the farm or disconnect everything and drive out of it. But you
Hmm.
could use the tow train in that aspect to tow it out, especially if you drove over into it with a combine.
Yeah. That's a really
When I
cool feature,
yeah,
actually.
when I first saw the tow train mod, I was like, well, that's kind of hokey. Who's ever going to use that? And now I'm like, I need to make sure I add that into my inventory. I need that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially if you're recording something like that, it just will add a little bit more to your video. I mean, instead of actually just resetting the vehicle like everybody does,
Yep.
or in this case, blowing perfectly good wood chips onto the ground. Like everybody does instead of collecting them. Y'all have got to be saying, what the heck are you talking about? But you understand once the
No, I'm
video
sitting
goes
here thinking we ought to do a mystery science theater type situation with this
up.
deal.
What is recon in it right now?
Or we watch someone's video and comment on it the whole time.
Yeah. Like that, what is it? Whose line is it anyway with the green screen? Where they have to guess where they are or what's behind them. Just from what the comedians were telling them without
Yeah.
giving them any real hints. Used to love that show. Oh, I
Trying that
totally screwed
bale
that.
stacker mod Deputy was did a video on.
Yeah.
I actually got it working.
Did you?
Yeah, it's just I don't think he was doing it right.
A little bit finicky.
It is a little finicky getting them in there. It's a pain, but
It
they
does
get them
work.
stacked. Yeah, they get stacked forwards so your telehandler can put them in the trailers.
Hmm.
It's actually a pretty decent mod.
No kidding.
What mod is this?
The Incursion bale stacker. It stacks like 4 square bales.
I use that Roberts Bell fork, and then it works really good because you can lock them.
Yeah.
So I usually can pick up 3 with it.
Is
With
that
no
the blue
problems.
one?
Yeah, it's the blue one that has the you can expand the grade on it up so that
Yep.
it'll actually back up 3 bells. And because it has a locking feature in it, you don't actually have to have your forks all the way in like the middle of the base bell. You can actually put it almost to the top of it and it'll still pick it
Exactly.
up.
That's exactly what I was doing the other day with my baling video.
Yeah.
My baling with an attitude video.
Yeah, we
Is it
had
me
that
or
on the
is bailing
server.
like the most fun in the game?
I
It
don't
is
know.
in 15. It used to be really bad in 13.
I'm really enjoying the logging.
I really like. Well, I mean, it's kind of fun to sit back and try and get a full wall stacked really nice and high and nice and straight. And when you get it all done, you can step back and look at it and go, "Yeah, I did that."
About this time tomorrow, it'll all be knocked over because the game physics overnight just... Yeah. No, I'm kidding, but... No, I'm really not in another way.
No, it'll all be knocked over because your modded John Deere has decided to drive across the farm
Oh,
Yes,
and run into
yes.
it.
yeah.
Float across.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've had that.
No, in FS13 it did do that. When you like stacked them, you come in the next day, they would be all over the place.
Mm-hmm. I
They
had
were.
one.
They
I think
had
I had
bad
a
physics.
video where I frickin' came back in and my bales were everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of baling at 13. I don't think a lot of people did. It was pain.
I used a stack wagon, the auto stacker.
Yeah, you could do that, but still, you could stack them and they just move for some apparent reason.
Actually, you know what I did? I stuck to the maps that had the storage, where you just keep the hay and silage and mixed rations in certain areas, where you wouldn't actually bale it. You'd pick it up with the wagon.
Yeah, they're like in heaps.
Yep, the heaps. And I would go
Yeah.
over with my frickin' mixing wagon and just grind them up when I needed them. That's what I do.
Yeah, a lot of modded maps now have those heaps, and then you could just use the mix station mod now and just conveyor belt into a trailer and just dump it in there, and it does it for you. You don't have to fix the ratio, and it just nice.
Mm-hmm. And
Well,
now
even
that
if
it
you're
actually
not really-
works, I kind of like to use the bales.
Yeah, it's still fun to do bales.
Yeah, I'm actually finding myself wanting to go back to doing bales.
Mm-hmm. It is funny how things change. It's
Well,
like me, you know, with this course play. I mean, everybody's loving the course play, but after playing this game for so long and using Herald for so long, I'm actually enjoying the field work. Because I've used Herald for so many tasks where I never really worried about it before, you know?
Yeah, I don't use courseplay too much that much. I kind of like to do the field work sometimes myself,
Mm-hmm.
or use auto combining.
Yeah, I don't really feel as guilty using auto combine as I do just Harold. I don't know why, but
Harold.
that's what I always called him.
Yeah,
Everybody
'cause
has a name.
I don't know. I don't feel guilty using Courseplay because I pay the price on it.
Mm-hmm. Had to
Thing
do
is,
it.
when you get too many of them going, it can lag the game. Like if you have like too many workers going at the same time, because they designed the game workers to be only up to, I believe, 4 to 6 going.
That's quite a bit, because I think back in 13 it was only 3.
Yeah,
Yeah, but there's something to be said for having 3, 4 combines running and tractors emptying that and
Yeah,
everything going at the same time.
that's
Like
mega farming right there.
yeah,
yeah.
mega operation, you know. So
Big strokes of
I kind of
business.
enjoy that. Seeing
Yeah,
that
but
you can get it all going without, and have it go flawless.
Mm-hmm.
I like to do where
Challenge.
there's like 2 or 3 combines on the same field, but the game mechanics is limited.
That's the one thing I haven't done is multiple combines on one field. Simply because I haven't played a map yet that has a large enough field to justify it on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some sort of
Mo-
American map.
Yeah.
Back
Yeah,
in
if I got that
13 I did
state
it on the
map, I'd
stock
have to have a
maps.
fleet of combines on it.
I'd have 2, 3 of them frickin' claws going. It would take frickin' 2 minutes to do it. They wouldn't even need to get unloaded. Just because I wanted to get it done quickly.
Oh, you probably had the 770 claws. Those things were massive heads on them.
Yep.
Get a bunch of those on the field, they tear them up. Can't wait till that comes out again. I think it's bigger, wider than that New Holland we have in game, I think.
I forgot what the header size was on that.
Okay, who had the towable head for the case the other day?
Landy?
No, because he doesn't use a case.
Hmm.
He uses the New Holland. I think it was you.
Me?
Yeah.
Won't be seeing me with a towable head.
Hmm. I thought I saw you with a case.
I use
Axle
a case, but I don't use the, I don't normally use the header trailer or the header with the trailer
Mm-hmm.
per se, just because I don't see a lot of it around here. If they've got a header on them, or if they're going to, frickin' I can't think here. If they're going to chop a field, they normally just drive it right down the road with the frickin' header on.
Oh yeah.
I've never seen one actually tow a header around here. We don't really have, I mean, we got some massive fields, but like a lot of it is contractor, like Drew's Poultry and whatnot. They usually have 4 to 5 combines going in the field, so they don't really need the big headers. They just have a lot of equipment out going at the same time.
Yep.
So I kind of stay with a smaller header or a medium-sized header and go at it like that instead. And it's really all dependent on where you are, what you see going down the road or what you work on.
Yep. Somebody was watching the other day, had a case, and they had a header. They basically had the New Holland header on a case, but it was obviously modded for it,
Mm-hmm.
so you could have a towable head with the case, which I like, because I
Mhm.
like the case tractor.
No, I think I was using the case dual front, and the I think it was 17 meter header. I think that's what I was using in the videos, but I'm not quite positive.
Well, I'm liking this stacker. Takes practice.
Is it, do you have to be as perfect as Deputy was saying you do?
Uh, yeah, to get them in there because it's a tight fit, but honestly, the more you do it, the better you get.
Mm-hmm. Just like anything.
Well, what he had in his videos, he had the arms up, so you have to have them down because they have a hook in them.
Yeah.
And then you grab it, you hook it, you lift it, and you drive onto the other one, and then you unhook it, drop it down the arms, and
Yeah.
then rehook it and then pick it up again. It's kind of a process, but once you figure it out, it's actually not bad.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's something you can't go and do it really fast. It takes a little practice, but it's actually not that bad.
No kidding.
And that kind of saves a step, so your front loader doesn't have to stack them in fours. They'll just come along and pick them up, throw them on the trailer. I think it does 5. I lifted it up when it was 4. I think I could probably done 5 stack.
Maybe, when I get back into the farm, and I'll have to, check that guy out. Hopefully there'll be a newer version out by that time where the head, or the, actual pickup sits where it's supposed to.
I remember using it a little bit in 13 because it was around then, but back
No,
then,
was it?
yeah, I didn't like to use it because bales back then were really bad.
Yeah, yeah.
It wasn't even worth messing with baling. I'll put
I
the
really
link
hope
in
17 were saying the same thing about the logging. It wasn't even worth doing it back in 15. Look at it now. That'd be sick. As long as they don't get any more arcadey with this game than they already have.
I don't know, man. They have consoles edition, so they're kind of limited. They gotta
I'm not going to put my 2 cents in about consoles because I know there's a lot of subscribers out there with them, so. You know what? Yeah, I will. Big consoles.
They gotta
Okay.
please the console
It's a PC
guys.
game. Okay. Want to play in consoles, play your frickin'
I don't
Call of
think
Duty and whatnot, but
I don't think simulated games should be on consoles in the
no.
first place.
No, it shouldn't be.
No, modded games should be on console. I mean,
Moddable.
some
Yeah.
simulated can be on there. But games that live and thrive off of the mod community, they need to stay on PC because, I mean, what's the use of playing it on console when you can't customize it at all?
Exactly. Even though, I will say, I am really jealous of Forza. I really wish we could have a Forza. Not a... What the heck is that game called? Auto Charisma? I don't even know. I really wish we could have like a Forza slash Gran Turismo type game for frickin' PC.
I don't even know what that is.
Look it up. It's frickin' sick. If you like car game or, yeah, car driving simulator slash racing slash whatever the heck you want to call it.
Oh,
Man, oh man, my work tonight is getting sloppy. Just talking about Forza, I'm getting sloppy with the controls here.
why don't you go on a dedicated so that if you ever want to record that we can go in there and play?
Because a dedicated server is not a very good logging server.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game. Whole
And
nugget
right now I'm
problems.
kind of really enjoying the logging like I've mentioned. Oh no. Kind of enjoying the logging.
I would say upload your mods, but then
We'll play with you next week.
Who? I don't really. I got rid of a lot of mods tonight. I think the only mods that I really have are just John Deere tractors for my actual farming.
Hey, so speaking of mods, and you guys have been playing this game for a while, what's the point of construction mods in the game?
People that don't want to farm and want to do road work and stuff like that. Basically like taking GTA and putting cop simulators in them.
yeah, it's just visual. I mean, it doesn't really do anything.
You got people
Yeah.
that have really went kind of far with it and actually have graders and whatnot, and then they take wheat or barley, which is a placeable, and then they take it so you can actually use the blade on the grader and grade the road, which actually basically plows it, you know what I'm saying? And then they got dozers that say cultivate it, so you can really take it to that step. And then they actually had in 13 a what the frig is, a paver, and somehow they got that to actually pave black somewhat looking asphalt on the wherever
No, I
you
saw
pave.
somebody basically put a Volvo version of the D10
User joined your
Yes.
channel.
Yeah.
in the game, and I'm just
A
like,
Uke or Duesenhav.
yeah, why would you need that on a farm?
Surprisingly, a lot of farms around here have them
Really?
for a lot of the field work. Yeah, when they're expanding fields and whatnot, they'll bring fill in and they'll take rock out or take whatever
Well,
they want to get out.
If that was a part of your real life thing, yeah,
Mhm.
but not in this game. I mean, there's not
No,
really a
no.
need for a full size construction.
Yeah, unless you're
Type
bringing
dump.
your
I would
barley
love
to
to
the
have a,
sell
Hey,
point.
wake up.
Yeah, if I could find like a little Ford dump truck,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or a little international dump to have on the farm, that would be great for hauling manure around, hauling lime, you know, um, whatever, you know, around the farm. But that would be sort of realistic, you know,
Mm-hmm.
not a full size Volvo.
You can dream, you know.
So what's
Yeah.
this debate about?
I'm gonna use my farming money to go into the construction business.
That's what I did to go into the logging business. Thanks, Aunt Jane.
I thought that one died.
Aunt Jane's the gift
She
that
did.
keeps on giving, didn't she?
She had multiple bonds.
Yeah, the lawyers found some more paperwork.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh God.
I'm gonna have more questions on this video. What?
You might have had something buried in the backyard under a tree.
Yeah, that's what it was. I hit it with a plow.
Case. Yeah, exactly.
They were cleaning out the attic. Found a footlocker full of money.
I didn't want to
Yeet.
record that. Keep it all for myself.
Yeah, a couple of forestry deeds.
That's it. See?
Kind of answered my question. I'm guessing you guys are still recording.
Yep. Somebody's poking me. I don't know who it is.
Magnum Farms.
Oh,
Probably. He's up there.
you want to do me a favor and make sure that he's on, but well, now that he is on, do you want to just go up there and give him the link to the downloads? He was asking me for that tonight. But I don't want him to jump out before I get done the recording and he's not there. He just wants the link because he had to reinstall the game and it got rid of all his mods. Or reformat his computer or something.
Yeah, he must have reformatted because uninstalling the game, reinstalled, touch that file.
Either way, he just needs the mods again if you could grab them.
Yeah, I'll link it to him. So what was the Volvo debate about?
Oh, just construction mods within the game.
You want about that one off of Mod Hoster?
Yeah, I just happened to see that one pop up today, and I've seen, basically a D10 listed in there at one point, and it's like, well, why would anybody need a dozer that size if the game's not set up to move Earth?
Yeah.
If you're going to take the time to do a mod, why not do a mod that's useful to everyone?
I just put
Go
it in
do-
the wrong channel.
Go make me a really good John Deere.
Don't quote me on it, but I think they may use some of the bulldozers in silage stuff.
Yeah, they do. I mean, yeah, very few around me use them, but
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, for what the game actually allows, you really can't push silage, even
Yeah,
though,
you can't.
huh?
You really can't. Even with the
Yeah.
blades.
That's what I'm
it's-
saying. It'll pick it up,
Yeah,
but then you
can't
don't actually
push
spread it. It doesn't actually compact it any. I don't know. I really wish you could just dump all your silage in front of the bunk, and then take your 7,000 John Deere, whatever it is, put a silage blade on it, and then pack it into the bunk.
Yeah.
That's what I really want to do, but they will not allow it.
Well, that's the
You
thing.
kind of could in 13 with the.
I did the best I
alternative
could.
tip. And then they had a blade that could actually, or a shield that actually could scoop it up and kind of push it and simulate it going in there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was as good
it
as you
kind of
could
did,
get.
but it wasn't what I
But-
was looking for. Like I said, it was just picking it up really, and then you'd empty it out, and as you were emptying it out, it'd
Mhm.
raise the heap, basically.
It
but
was pretty much a bucket when it comes down to it.
Mhm.
That's all it was.
yeah, exactly.
I
Again,
want
it's-
to do that too. Push them up and kind of. Yeah.
It would
Again,
be
it's
nice.
Giants just lack of research.
Don't have anything like that at the
Supposed to
petting
play
zoo.
the game, not make fun of them.
I make fun of them every video I make, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Even
That was
tonight,
part of the game.
Yeah, it
record-
is.
I recorded Euro Truck, and I still managed to make fun of Spin Tires developers and Giants.
Did you see on Facebook the Giants thing? Because I thought it was an update, but it was something about they're releasing the console
Yeah.
edition May 19th.
Yeah. That's
I
what
got all
console
excited. I
version
was like, "Oh, a patch!"
no,
I was
no.
like, "A patch, yes."
No. We're
I was
not
like,
doing a
"Oh,
patch yet.
damn."
We're gonna wait for the game to have a year's worth of sales first.
What's going to really frustrate you is when the console edition comes out and then they patch it with
yeah.
the PC version.
Yeah.
Dude, there'd be a lot of patches for that thing.
Yeah, they'll have freaking DLC, and we'll be like, what? What's going on? Oh, you guys have mods. Don't worry about that. Yeah, DLC.
They barely had
Oh,
any
that's messed
DLC
up.
when it come down to it. And the DLC they did have was a pile of crap.
Yeah, I remember. I had it. I have 3 hours on that game.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Bought all
It's
the
one game.
DLC, bought everything, so that way I could play with my buddy, and... Oh, wait. PlayStation didn't support multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's one game I will completely refuse to buy for a console.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, Farm Sim.
Yeah.
Its only real spot is PC.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, any modded game doesn't belong on console.
Exactly, yeah. And there's so many people that ask, how do you mod the game for console? I had one today on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
But dude, you can't. The only thing people can do is
Oh, yeah.
DLC.
Hey, wake up.
Like with vanilla.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Exactly.
Then they're gonna get bored of the game in like 2 weeks and be like, "Oh."
Yeah, the mods are the only thing that keeps this game going, in
Yeah,
all
I
honesty.
touched on that in the video I made earlier for on Euro Truck is sort of Spin Tires and Farm Sim and Euro Truck. excluding spin tires, but the only thing that keeps the games alive are the mods. But
Yeah.
otherwise, within a couple of weeks, you'd be bored of it.
Mm-hmm. Can only use the same equipment so many times.
The first thing I did when I first got FS13 towards the end there, when it was on sale,
Yeah.
I went on Giant's website and got all their mods.
Mhm.
Went on FS-UK, got all the mods that I liked, and I was already modded already as soon as I started playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably Giant's whole new game plan, is release the game to PC first, and let the modding community make a bunch of mods, and then release it to console,
Yeah.
then take all the modding community stuff and release it as DLC to the console people.
Yeah.
But release the Lua, stop hoarding it so we can actually have some good mods.
Yeah, there's got to be a
that was a
reason why
great
they're not.
idea.
Freaking prima donna.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's what I don't get. If you're gonna release like that, the one DLC that they have put out, if you're gonna release something like that and try and sell it to the community for $9, if you're going to try and make money on that as a DLC, you really should have a bunch of them in the pipe, push out every few weeks, to convince people to buy them before you let the modding community get ahead of you.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. The modding community can't get ahead of them right now because they haven't released the files.
Right.
Yeah. You gotta release a mod with the actual tractor scripts.
I thought their agenda was to push out a lot of DLCs because that's why they didn't release the Lua, but no DLCs and no Lua, so I don't know what's going on.
They're just dragging tail. They're collecting. They're sitting pretty on frickin' Jamaica Beach right now.
Yeah, and I think they got really focused on the console.
They're
Hey,
gonna
you
need
wonder.
to get any sales from it.
People buy it. Kids that
Apparently,
haven't got
huh?
the laptops.
Frickin' iPhones. Everything else. Farm sim, farm sim, farm sim.
Yeah,
Yeah, as soon as they get the console version done, they have to put out the Facebook game.
well, they do have it on iPhone,
Yeah.
but that would be 2016 edition.
Yep.
Like the one in between.
And that is the biggest pile of crap I've ever seen. It's microtransactions to buy different equipment. Like, you have to use real money
Yep.
to buy
Yeah.
other equipment in that game.
Yeah, that
That's-
sucks. I had the mistake to get that, and then
Oh,
it
yeah.
was like, oh, you gotta actually buy pay money to get the other equipment? This is
Mhm.
messed up.
Yeah, it's
No. Landon, did you send him that link?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got his multiplayer up.
Oh,
Probably
okay.
if he's messaging us what it'll be about.
And I'm already frickin' half hour past my bedtime here. Fighting with a frickin' log. Huh?
Surprised he's still on.
I had to get a frickin' video up tonight, and my video wasn't... I was having all sorts of fraps issues, so then when I came back in, I was like, you know what, guys, you want to just, maybe... Oh, that one's too small, apparently. I don't frickin' know. Just do a voiceover with me, that way I actually have something to talk about, but...
I've been doing that all day with Deputy too. I was voiceovering over his
Yeah, I
video.
jumped in earlier and he was recording.
He was
It's just
having
hard
problems
some
with his
nights to
barrels.
frickin' stay on topic or even think of things to talk about.
His issue was that trailer though.
Oh yeah,
Deputies?
the
Mhm.
BM modding trailer.
Oh.
The one that's got the gates that go on the sides.
Yep.
That
That
fold
thing's got 3 stars now. There's
up. It's a
issues
great
with it, huh?
trailer, and I said the same to Deputy. I'm really disappointed in the fact they've let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they put
well-
out one of the best mods, one of the best modding communities on Farm Sim right now.
Well, they might be working on the update. You never know. But
Usually
yeah.
they're a lot quicker than that.
Yeah. I was trying his other one he did the mod review on. It's actually not bad.
Oh, what, the smaller one?
Yeah, the one where it stacks like 4, and then you can come along and pick them up with like a
Oh,
front
I know the
loader.
one you're about. Yeah.
I don't think he was doing it right, but
It's deputy.
it's
That's
a
a convo. That one that he did the Overman mod review.
yeah. I remember that one.
He was just
It's a
talking
little
about
true.
that being on from 13.
Yeah, it's a little tricky to get them in there, but with practice, it goes. You can get them in there, but it's a little tricky to what to do. You gotta like hook them up, drop them. You get a pattern after a while. I didn't use it too much in 13 because bailing back then really sucked.
Yeah.
They would
I'd,
fly all over the place.
I'd never bail in 13. I tried it, and then I was like, what's the point?
Yeah, it was
It's almost like using the
frustrating.
chipper in frickin' 15 here.
Yeah. They said they
Yeah.
actually fixed that. They
Alright,
probably won't.
I'm gonna end the video here. Hope y'all enjoyed.